Hello and welcome. In this lesson, we are going to find out the gradient from the given equation. But before solving any questions, we need to clear certain concepts regarding the gradient of the different lines. Here we have a line which is passing through both x-axis and the y-axis. So we have two sets of coordinate 4, -3 and -2, 4. Now by using the formula of the gradient, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, we can easily find out the gradient of this given line, which is passing through both the axes. And the gradient comes out as -7 over 6. Now look at the lines over here, in which the one is passing through the y-axis and the other is passing through the x-axis. Now first look at the line which is passing through the y-axis. If we look at it carefully, we come to know that the coordinates for this line is -2, 1 and 3, 1, which means it has same y coordinates. From the given formula of the gradient, if we find out the gradient of this line, so it comes out as 1 minus 1 over 3 minus -2, which means 0 over 5. And we know anything which divided by 0 will become 0. So we can say that the line which is parallel to x-axis has a gradient 0. Or this line is y is equals to 1. Because all the values of x, the y is 1 for this line. Now look at another line which is parallel to y-axis and passing through on the x-axis. If we find out the gradient of this line, now this will come out as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is 4 minus -2 over 2 minus 2. Here x coordinates are same. So it becomes 4 plus 2 over 0, and anything divided by 0 is infinite. So the gradient of the line passing through x-axis, or you can say that the gradient of the line parallel to y-axis has a gradient infinite. And this line is x is equals to 2. Because for all the values of y, x remains 2. Now we are going to solve the question, and once we come across these type of equations, we have to remember that the gradient of the line which is parallel to x-axis is 0 and the gradient of the line which is parallel to y-axis is infinite. Which we have proved by using the formula as well. Now look at a question over here in which we have to find out the gradient from the given equation. As we know that the equation is line is, now arranging the given equation in this format, we have 2x plus y is equals to 7, or y is equals to 7 minus 2x, or y minus 7 is equals to minus 2x, y minus 7 is equals to minus 2, x minus 0. Now, this is the format of the equation. Now we have gradient, which is this m, and it's come out as minus 2. By arranging the given equation into the format of the equation. Here we have another question, 3x minus 4y is equals to 8. We know that the equation of the line is given as this. Now arrange the given equation into this format. We have minus 4y is equals to 8 minus 3x. This 4 also goes there as we need to have a single y here. So y is equals to minus 8 over 4. This is the minus of this 4, minus minus plus 3 over 4x. Now we have y is equals to minus 2 plus 3 over 4x, or y plus 2 is equals to 3 over 4 x minus 0. Now we have m, or gradient, is equals to 3 over 4. Now we have equation y is equals to 5. Now in the beginning of the lesson, we have learned that any equation which is parallel to x-axis has a gradient 0. As this line, which is y is equals to 5, is only passing through the y-axis and is parallel to the x-axis. So for all the values of x, y is equals to 5, and we know that if y is same for all the values, then y2 minus y1 becomes 0, as the value of y will be same for the line, and 0 divided by anything is 0. So the gradient of this line is 0. Whatever the values of x2 or x1, it becomes unimportant, as the value of y is 0, which makes the gradient 0. So the gradient of this sort of line is 0, as we have learned earlier in this lesson. Here we have another question in which the value is given as 5x is equals to 7, or you can say the equation is given as x is equals to 7 over 5, which means for all the values of y, x is equals to 7 over 5. For example, this is this sort of line which is parallel to y-axis. And as we have learned that any line which is parallel to y-axis has a gradient infinite, because it has the same x values, which makes the denominator 0. We don't know the y values, but still we know that the denominator becomes 0. As for all the values of y, x is same. So x2 minus x1 is 0, and anything divided by 0 is infinite, which we have learned earlier in this lesson. So the gradient of this sort of line is infinite, as this line is parallel to y-axis. Now look at another question. Here we arrange the equation y is equals to minus 3 minus x, or y plus 3 is equals to minus x. So here we have y plus 3 is equals to minus 1, x minus 0. Now here, as minus 1 into x is equals to minus x, and minus 1 into 0 is 0, so the equation remains the same. So we can write it in this format just to find out the gradient. So we have a gradient is equals to minus 1. Here we have another question which involves variables. First we arrange this equation, and it becomes qy is equals to pq minus px. Here we also take q to the other side, so it becomes pq minus px over q. which can be written as pq over q minus px over q. So it becomes y is equals to p minus p over q x. This p comes out here. Y minus p is equals to minus p over q x, or you can write it as y minus p over q x minus 0. So the gradient comes out as minus p over q. Now look at the question in which the coordinates are given minus 2, 1 and they are parallel to the equation y is equals to 1 over 2x minus 3. As we know that the gradient for the parallel lines are same, so we will find out the gradient with the help of the equation, and it comes out as 1 over 2. Now we have coordinates minus 2, 1 and gradient 1 over 2 with this. Now we can easily find out the equation of line, which comes out as y minus y coordinate, which is 1, y minus 1 is equals to gradient 1 over 2, bracket x minus minus 2, as minus 2 is the x coordinate. Now we have y minus 1 is equals to 1 over 2 x plus 2. Further solving, we will have 2y minus 2 is equals to x plus 2, or you can write the equation as y is equals to 1 over 2x plus 2. Now look at another question in which we have to find out the equation of line which is passing through 4 minus 3 and is parallel to y plus 2 x is equals to 7. As we know that gradient is same for the parallel lines, so with the help of this equation we will find out the gradient of a line. Now we have y minus 7 is equals to minus 2 x. Now the gradient comes out as minus 2. Now we have gradient and the coordinates are given as 4 minus 3. By using the equation of line, we will find out the equation of the other line. Now we have y minus y coordinate is minus 3, gradient is minus 2, x minus x coordinate is 4. Now we have y plus 3 is equals to minus 2x minus minus plus 8. Or we have y plus 2x is equals to 8 minus 3. Or we can write it as y plus 2x is equals to 5. The equation of the second line comes out as y plus 2x is equals to 5.